Hey, what is the deal, YouTube? It is Craig Harris, and I am back on this Friday night with a PorchLYTE podcast. Again, these podcasts always come between 9 and 11 p.m. So let me give a big shout out to everybody. Hopefully you all had a good week. I know I did, worked my ass off, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Big Friday weekend welcome to everybody out there on the East Coast, to the left coast, as we like to call it, or the West Coast. Also, I like to give a big shout out to One Stop for Gamers. Check him out on his channel, Bear Hugger 29. I appreciate you coming on this past week. Big shout out to Randall Thor for making it on Monday. Definitely was the highlight of the week on the corner. Got to hang out with him. Hope you all check out that podcast. It was a interesting podcast. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully we can do it again. Big shout out to another podcast I listened to this week was J-Dub and Supersonic Wolf, the Greatness podcast. You all go check those brothers out. They just talking gaming and keeping it funky and fresh. That's all we can do for these times and allegedly the gaming streets where people are allegedly receiving death threats and things like that. Let me give a big shout out to Porter Rock as well. Porter Rock 77 brought the 60 frames, no lag back again. That was fun as always. Big shout out to him and everybody else on that podcast. It popped in, all day. Cats like that. So shout out to all those guys. Hopefully everybody had a good, safe week. And what the PorchLYTE podcast is, it's a lot of movie news, and there's a ton of movie news happening right now. There's also a shit ton of gaming news. So I see everybody over there in the chat. So shout out to everybody. It's Friday night. I can't believe you guys are here on a Friday night. But let's get into this D-23 because I really don't know how big you all really need to understand how big this is. D-23 is going to show everything from the new Star Wars Last Jedi movie, huge gaming news, a lot of Black Panther news, which your spotlight is going to be on Star Wars. It's going to be on three to five big video game announcements, and quite frankly, Marvel. Marvel, of course, Disney owns Marvel. The next big movie, of course, Spider-Man, of course, you know about. The next two big Marvel movies they're really starting to push now would be Thor Ragnarok and also Black Panther. So I'll start with Black Panther. Two things about Black Panther that happened this week. One, ScreenRant.com has got some beautiful pictures. It's part of Entertainment Weekly. Beautiful pictures of this movie, still shots with Chadwick Boseman and just him and Ryan Coogler. I think they're going to knock this movie out of the park. This could be Marvel's next big one. Big shout out to all those guys. Hopefully I'm still alive to go watch this movie. It comes out February 16th. But the Entertainment Weekly's got some gorgeous pictures of everybody from Lupita Nyong'o to this everybody with the Dora Milaje, because that caught a lot of heat. Them saying that the Dora Milaje, like I said, if they face the Amazonians, they whip the Amazonians' ass, make popcorn, then come back and whip them again just for the hell of it. But you go check those pictures out. Just phenomenal pictures. They got a little bit of everybody in these pictures. Andy Serkis is in these pictures. Just everybody that's going to be part of this. It's becoming one of the biggest movies ever. You got Angela Bassett in it, Forrest Whitaker, just on and on and on. So you all go check that out. But this is all happening at D23, Disney 23. Some more big news has come out of there. Shout out to OrangeCountyRegister.com. They sent me this article. You got a bunch of long-ass lines out there, folks. Frustrated fans, people boiling over, people saying they were going to hold seats at different panels and just been flat out lied to, So fans are frustrated as hell. The event is packed, is balls to the wall, sweat dripping. it is tough to get into, folks. These panels are just, I mean, they're lined up wall to wall with fans. So let's get to some of the big news that's going to come out tomorrow starting at 4 p.m. You got 3 big game announcements. The first big one is Kingdom Hearts. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 3, you will see your first gameplay, and I believe get a possible, well, I'll just say this. You should go ahead and get a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. For all of you all that are interested, I mean, I know there's a ton of Kingdom Hearts fans out there just loving it. I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but this is your event. This is going to be huge. They've got allegedly anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes of gameplay lined up for Kingdom Hearts 3. So let's hope that we get that, and we get the they have a live stream going. Anybody who wants to live stream it or look at it, it will be going again 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I will definitely be watching it and tweeting about it. So, but it's huge. Got 2 friends of mine, really good friends of mine, that went out there for the Star Wars stuff, which will bring me to the Star Wars news, which is a giant piece of the panel. Again, Janine Gavankar is anchoring the gaming part of this thing. Janine is the young lady whose character we will be using going through the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign. Also, I broke the other day, and it's been confirmed. Shout out to Craig Harris for this one. The Xbox X version of this is it's going to get an enhancement. It's not been, nobody knows what it is. I just find it interesting now that people are literally saying they can't wait to see the upscale of this. So we've gone from all games that are going to be multi-plat are going to be native 4K. Now they've accepted that it's not going to be. And it is hilarious to see them go through the 5 to 7 phases of depression. These Xbox, they're going through it. I mean, I don't care about what, I don't care that it's checkerboarded or whatever. I'm just simply saying to people, they are going through it like nobody's business. So, but we should it's a huge panel of people out there that are going to be doing voices for the video game. And if you want to be learning what this game is going to be about, this is the time to look at it. All the information that gets dumped tomorrow about Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to come out of D-23. The game is going to be there. The game is going to be shown running on the PlayStation Pro. I hate to break that to all the Xbox people, but it is what it is. They're going to have the Pro build exclusive out there because the Xbox build is not ready yet. Won't be ready till after the game comes out. So it just, that is what it is. Hopefully we get an announcement on that. Will it be a day-on-day patch? Will it be patched a week after? Have to wait and see. But this is where we're going to find out this weekend, more than likely. Is this going to be a 4K native 60 FPS title for the Scorpio or Scorpion or Xbox X, whatever you want to call it? This is it. We're going to find out about 60 flops and all this bandwidth, because here is the company ICE that can make that happen. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen, folks. It is what it is. So also a game that's going to be shown out there for a long time is going to be the Spider-Man game. Insomniac has confirmed that this game is 2 to 3 times bigger than Sunset Overdrive. So I don't know the size of Sunset Overdrive, but apparently this is much bigger. So, it is what it is. But if you're interested in that gameplay, you will see more gameplay at D23 tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Disney time. It's out in Anaheim, California. And if you got the big money that my friend Walt got, Walt's out there for that, and he is staying for Comic-Con the following weekend to give more information. So I've got some people out there. They're beating the bushes for me. Hopefully they can get some more information. They direct message me. They're the ones that direct message me, the Orange County Register. article. But folks, I mean, this is it. I mean, this is when I was saying to you that all this movie stuff and all these comic books and the gaming, this is where it's all going to come together. So we will get big information dumps on both starting tomorrow. I don't know if you all know this, but I think Amy Hennig, I think that's her name, she's working on her own Star Wars game. So we very well may see that out here as well, because they're teasing 4 to 5 big gaming announcements. I personally think one will be Kingdom Hearts. I'm hoping. I am kind of reaching here, but I hope. For me, I would like to see another epic Mickey game. I think that game was very underrated, but maybe we bring that back. Maybe it's a remaster, something like that. I would like to see that as a gamer. And so we'll have to just wait and see. I mean, I'm excited about it, but this is another place you can go get information, just to, just for everybody who wants information on these titles. Okay. Another big Xbox story that broke was we should be getting a date when we can put this thing, if you're buying it, where we could put this thing in to reserve it, to put it on layaway, whatever you want to call it, pre-order it. We should be getting something out of Microsoft here in the next week or two, because they're starting to get up against it. They still don't know how many to make at this point. They've mass produced some, but there's only some out in the wild, so to speak. I mean, I don't know how we got one here at Fayette Mall, but nevertheless, there's one here at Fayette Mall. And, but we'll just have to wait and see. Another thing, I guess, that happened over the last 48 hours is some crackdown. Oh, something good. Let me start with something good for Xbox. Age of Empires was shown on the Xbox X at Gamescom, I believe, if I'm reading that article correctly. I don't know if Gamescom's already happened. Maybe it's already happened, but so either they've shown it or they're going to show it. The good news is that the new Age of Empires will be on the Xbox. So one of the problems people have with Microsoft is that it's this Gears, Forza, Halo. Well, now we got a real-time strategy game on here. So the people that are buying it, here's another feather in your cap. Here's something else you can go buy. I know what you're going to say, but Craig, it's not 4K and we don't have 4K assets. I understand that. But trust me, I understand why I don't know why you all believe Jack Reacher on all these games being 4K native, but it ain't happening. But we should be excited. Here's another game that's going to be out on the system, and people, let's just clap, okay? Let's just be happy with it. So, has it been confirmed? No, I mean, hopefully we get something here in the next week or two, though. That's all I can say. Hopefully I think they're going to end up calling it the X1. That's what I think they're going to call it. They're just going to call it I think they're going to call it the Microsoft X1. That's what I personally think they're going to have to kind of flip it to when it's promoted. So, or, when it's marketed and promoted and things like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, Microsoft, I mean, bunch of idiots as far as I'm concerned. You go ahead and get a console out or get something named that you don't even have FCC clearance for. I mean, what the hell are you doing over there? But I'm not bashing Microsoft. It is what it is. I can only speak for myself. Now, there is a game called Crackdown. I guess Crackdown 3 is the game. I mean, people are just dragging this game now. I mean, look, I looked at the game footage in 4K, and I won't lie, I was disappointed, okay? Only because of somebody who's been waiting to see what this game was supposed to be like since 2000 and I don't know what, 2014 maybe, which means it's probably started development back in 2011 to 2012. So you can imagine the disappointment that a lot of people are feeling, but a lot of people are excited about it. With that said, look at how their narrative has changed from all games being 4K native to, native to nothing was going to be checkerboarded, nothing was going to be sparse, not that I care about it, dynamic. Now a majority of their games nothing was going to be patched either. I mean, nothing was going to be patched. So, but now Star Wars Battlefront is going to be enhanced. Now, everybody knows, and we've been through this, what enhanced means. Enhanced can mean a bunch of things. It may be dynamic. It may have HDR. I mean, we just don't know. We're not going to know till maybe tomorrow, but it's been confirmed enhanced. So that's good, but we have to see what enhanced is. Enhanced falls under pretty much. Let me pull this up here. Big shout out to Kratos for sending this to me. This up for you guys and read what Xbox X Enhanced is. Okay. Says here, a developer has done, let me read it here. Okay. A developer has done special work to take advantage of Xbox One X's 6 teraflops or 6 teraflops of power. Specific enhanced features will vary by game. So that's what it means. It's enhanced. So it doesn't say what they're doing. I already know what they're doing, but we're going to wait because I want to see the videos after we all find out. We're going to all find out together, folks. So, you know, I'm not going to sit up there and be that guy with the carrot saying, oh, almost had it. We're just going to go over it as we go. As I said, the two guys that I'm trying to develop the relationships with, they're out there. They are feeding me information. The information has been confirmed. So these are two guys that I trust. So, you know, hey, what's up, Bear Hugger? Oh, great podcast the other day with One Stop, by the way. I had to work, or else I would have tried to jump in there with you guys. But yeah, I mean, look, I mean, this is great news for everybody. We've got a major event that if you're a gamer and or a movie guy, that you should be paying attention to what's going on out here at D23, because there's a lot of stuff, you know, and that everybody needs to be, if you're a gamer, getting excited about. I mean, I know I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the Black Panther movie with the still shots have come out again. Looks phenomenal. Again, I'm excited, more excited about that than anything. I'm excited about Thor Ragnarok too. And if you don't know, Marvel in this phase of their movie, starting with the color palette of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that color palette, they're moving into that kind of color palette now. So you can expect Thor Ragnarok. That's why it kind of looks, the commercials you've seen looks the way it looks. So it's going to be interesting, you know, but we ought to get, you know, we possibly will get we may get a trailer. Let me change that. Let me get some accuracy here. We may get a Thor Ragnarok trailer out of D23 because Thor Ragnarok comes out, what, in like 4 or 5 months? So, but other Sony news here, I didn't realize this, Yakuza 0, I think that's what it is, or whatever it's going to be called, Yakuza Kiwami, that's going to come out next month. I didn't know that. That totally went under my radar. So, what's up, Trey BK? Yeah, the Viagra voice of YouTube. What's happening? So, you know, not a Viagra user though, because you know, black people do not need to take that shit. Yeah, Bear, I'll send you an invite. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, they've there we go, and there it is. I just posted it. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited about it. So about D23. What are you all's over there in the chat? Shout out to all you guys there. Yeah, I mean, look, friend of mine is tweeting me, man. I got a handful of people here, but it's Friday night. I mean, you all should not be listening to me. You know, you all should be out pounding the pavement, you know, hooking up, getting your swerve on. I'm an old man, so I got rank. I've already got my swerve on. I got one night of swerve in me. And that night is going. I'm gonna go out tomorrow night, hang out with some friends of mine. But yeah, I'll be doing I mean, that's why I'm glad D23's news should all be out by 6 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time. So, I mean, look, they're keeping it real. The Xbox X will do, I think, more 4K games. I just sent it to your main thing. There, the Google Plus thing, I guess, when you pull up that little crazy looking man chat thing, I sent it to that one. So it's raining in New York, and it's always raining somewhere. So, but yeah, I'm excited about D23. So, but honestly, keeping it real. But my personal opinion about the Xbox X is this, and this is what I got told. Look, I'll keep it 100% with you all. Most of their games that are going to be 4K native won't be out for another year or two. So, I mean, those are the games that they got in the pipeline. So, if you buy one, I mean, that should get you excited as somebody who's going to early adopt, but I don't know what, I mean, because you got to figure Halo comes out, what, probably in a year or two, and then Gears 4, they're going to patch that, so that'd be 4K native. I mean, I know what people are saying. Hey, look, they didn't build it 4K native ground up, but since they're doing uncompromised, they'll just be able to port Gears and get it to 4K native. I mean, again, look, I agree with people who were saying, hey, look, we're not going to go back and play a game from there. I get that too. So shout out to all those people. I totally understand why those people don't want to go back and replay the game. So, but you know, there's going to be people that are the Big Gears fans. They are going to want to go back. To me, it doesn't have the main characters at Marcus Phoenix or whatever his name is. If he's not in it, I'm not going to enjoy it. But to me, he was an iconic character, kind of like Commander Shepard and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not for sure what PS Home is. So honestly, I mean, if you think it will enhance, I'll be at Twitter again. Oh, okay. All right. Let me see here. Let's see here. How can I do? Okay. I know what I'm going to have to do. Okay. Let's see. Go here. Go there. Go to that. Okay. Rolling over to Twitter. Oh, hub. I mean, to me, is there something? Do you think it will make the hub that's there now a little bit better? I don't know what PS Home is, so. So I mean, hopefully it's whatever, you know, it's whatever guys need. So there. So also some Star Citizen news. We may get a release date on Star Citizen this year. So everybody who's thinking about that, try to get up on it. All right, Bear, I sent it to the Twitter thing now. There we go, my brother. So I'm excited. Yeah, I just got that. So a lot of gaming news. It did happen, and that people are right. After E3, there's been, I mean, it's slow. I mean, you have to really, really hunt information down. Nothing really at you. So, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. I'm excited about D23 though, because it's the way it should be. I got my new Kitty Pryde. I'm still reading that, about halfway done. That you, Bear?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Brother, big shout out to Bear Hugger again. Going 2 for 2 with me this week. I'm honored, man. Honestly, appreciate it.
Well, I missed the last one.
Oh, you were here on the last one,
well,
weren't
I was
you?
there, but yeah, no, I was having PC problems.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, what's been happening, brother?
Jack, what is this D23 stuff that you're talking about? What is that?
23, Disney 23. And Disney owns all these, a lot of the properties that people are talking about, from Spider-Man to Star Wars to Star Wars video games. So all of this stuff will be shown tomorrow Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific time. So we'll be getting a huge information dump on everything from Kingdom Hearts to Star Wars Battlefront to Black Panther to Thor Ragnarok. So just a huge, I'm gonna love it tomorrow. It's like a smorgasbord for me. So
that's cool.
So yeah, it's like Toys R Us for adults. So
You're into Disney's crap.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and maybe some new Disney animation.
I can't harp on Disney, man. We all love Disney, man. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, I check it out. I just watched The Jungle Book the other day on Netflix, and I'd never seen anything like that before. That was amazing.
The live action. I'm waiting for the Lion King one to come up, but I'm a little bit worried about that one.
Yeah, I am too.
Live action Lion King.
I am too.
I don't see it happening, man. But hey, Beauty and the Beast did pretty well, so we'll see.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, we may get some Lion King stuff. You know, if we're gonna get any information about it, it'll be tomorrow. You know, if you're
wouldn't mind seeing a trailer drop.
Yeah, we ought to see that. Hopefully, we get a Star Wars, The Force, what is it, The Last Jedi. Hopefully, we get a trailer for that. You know, a full trailer.
Yes.
You know, so yeah.
Definitely
so we'll I'm excited about just tomorrow. There's because people are right. After E3, the information is kind of dry, but we get D-23, and then the following week is Comic-Con, the big international Comic-Con event. So so we're getting back-to-back things, and then by then they should start rolling out the Madden trailers. We ought to start seeing that here in the next 10 days. So if you want Madden, some more Hellblade information should get cut loose. So it's starting to pick up again. So I'm excited about it. So yeah, but what you been up to, Bear?
Not much. Just been back on my No Man's Sky trend, bro.
Oh yeah, how is that now?
Definitely the flow of the game is a hell of a lot different. That's for sure.
Okay. That's coming up.
No, I mean literally
1 year release.
I mean literally, it's different. Like the flow is completely different.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm glad that they kept with that game. It just you could tell from I was playing it on that, I guess the original build or the whatever build they put out, and I'm like, there's a good game here. I'm enjoying it. So but I understood what people were saying. You know, you couldn't. You would only go to certain parts of the planet because you had no way to traverse the planet except by ship. So, which made you discover less things. But I didn't have an issue with it. So yeah. But nah, Bear, it's not it, man.
Sky. Let's not talk about No Man's Sky. You don't want to get too many dislikes on your video.
Oh, okay. I guess people still hate it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then what's up, man? What do you want to bring to the PorchLYTE today?
Not really a heck of a whole lot, man. Really, I've just been playing that. Been seeing people cry about Crackdown 3 on Twitter. And I mean that's pretty much basically essentially about it. Really.
Yeah, now what? I just caught up on the Crackdown thing. I just watched it. I'm like, okay. Now what did you think about it? And what's the overall you've been
like Crackdown to me? Like exactly like what Crackdown 1 and 2 looks like and plays like. And that's exactly what the third one is. So I don't see why people are moaning and bitching and crying about it. I mean, like I was sitting there and I was pondering myself, I'm like, why is everyone hating it? Like the whole destruction stuff, I get that. That's strictly for online play only, which is kind of dumb. That single player is not going to have that ability in there. But I mean, I've been seeing people all day on Twitter making videos and posting tweets like, "Oh, the graphics look fucking terrible," and it's like, motherfucker, it looks exactly like Crackdown 1 and 2. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, this game should not be the game to promote the Xbox One X. I'm like, when the fuck did this game be promoted to push the Xbox One X? Where the fuck did that come from?
What? I thought that game was Forza, and that Forza 7, that's going to
Forza 7 is going to be the one that's going to push that system. Crackdown, no. What? No, I've even seen people on fucking Twitter, man, sit there and say that Crackdown 3 is exclusive on the Xbox One X. I'm like, motherfucker, man, how many people pay attention to anything that goes on at E3? Do people only fucking hear what the fuck they want to hear? Like, goddamn, that shit annoys me, man. It annoys the fuck out of me, man, when you see such stupidity in the goddamn gaming community. Man. Motherfuckers, man, read. Jesus Christ.
Well, they hold on. Somebody was telling me a couple.
Man.
Yeah, well, somebody was telling me a couple weeks ago that I said Anthem game said it was an Xbox exclusive or timed exclusive, and I was like, no, that's going to be on everything.
That person should literally smack themselves for not paying a fucking attention again. Like, dude, I don't understand like why it's so hard for people to research online when like that's what we had to do back in the day, because internet was more of a rarity for most people when it came to looking up information. Yeah. But everything is out there, people. But to sit there and say, oh, well, I didn't know Crackdown 3 was exclusively to Xbox One X. When the fuck did Microsoft ever come out and state that? That you can only play it on that console? What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they want to say it's a console exclusive, okay. But nah, you can get that game.
Yeah, console exclusive, yes, because it's going to be on PC as well. I mean, that's another thing that annoys me too, as well, is that terminology. Console exclusive is there for a reason, people. It's like, why would I want to play? Why would I play it on the Xbox? We play it on PC. But what about those people that don't have a PC or that don't care to game on PC? They still have a reason to play that game on the Xbox if they can't play it on the PS4, now can they? Thus making it a console exclusive. Well, I guess that makes sense. No, it's called being fucking common sense, man. It's like, Jesus Christ, people, come on, man. I love it. Okay, I apologize first and foremost. I sincerely apologize.
For what?
But here's the thing. It bothers me because, you know, I'm an old school gamer. You know, I've grown up with all like the NES and all those generations like you and I have there, Craig, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure maybe everybody else in the chat too as well. So when I see new age gamers or gamers like that either don't remember the past at all period because everything seems to be, you know, retroactive apparently. To me, it's just like, bro, seriously, dude, if you claim to be part of that generation and like these little things are like, you know, now they're in front of you, you're making a big deal about it, but yet like you knew it existed back then. It's like, why? You know what I mean? Like earlier today, or I should say day before yesterday, I saw somebody make a video about his worry. You know, he's worried and concerned about Dragon Ball Fighter Z not selling well on the Xbox. And I agree with him to an extent, but the thing of it is that he needs to understand, it's like, bro, where the hell were you last generation when every fighting game pretty much basically got fucking sold like hot garbage on that system last gen? compared to the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, why complain? Why be worried about something like that when it's already common? Like, because he was comparing like Tekken 7, right, to like the sales. Right now, the PS4 is like 500,000, and Xbox is like not even hitting 100,000 yet, right? So, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, but look at all the Tekken games. They sell incredibly well on PlayStation because it started out as a brand on that system all the way back during the PS1.
Yep.
Like, come on, dude. It's like little tiny things like that. Man. It almost makes me feel that people are just doing that shit to try to slam any form of butthurt negativity towards the Microsoft brand, dude. And that's kind of sad, man.
Yeah, well, to me, they need to look at it like Microsoft put it on that console. That's that, and so the people. One of the big complaints was that there wasn't a whole lot of variety. So yes, those games that we saw were multi-plats. Yes, they're going to be our timed exclusives, or you can get them on PC. That's all true. I mean, let's just keep it a stack here. That is true. But at least Microsoft is trying. That's, you know, they're trying. They're not running from it. They're not trying to say that it's something that it's not. They're trying. So that's the way I look at it. I'm like, look, the console war is over. It's over. Sony won the console war. It's just a matter of, you know, everybody just needs to go out and get an Xbox S or whatever, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, whatever you want to game on. Make sure you support your titles. That way you get sequels. That's all I can ask people to do at this point, you know.
You know what the funny thing is, though, too, as well, though, Craig, and everybody that's in the chat, this generation, all it is a complete reversal role.
Yeah.
Like Microsoft got all the timed exclusives, all the exclusive content deals, and whatever you want to call it. Who's getting that now this generation? Sony is. Yeah. Who was stomping a fucking mud hole in Sony's ass last generation? Microsoft was, until near the end. And then Sony kind of caught up, but still Microsoft still fucking brought it home. But I mean, nothing compared to the Wii, but we don't count that. At least its own category.
Correct, yeah.
But as far as the two juggernauts, Sony and Microsoft, it's a complete fucking reversal, people. outside from hardware sales,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about from a software aspect, man. Microsoft with all the exclusive content, all the exclusive fucking deals, the time exclusive crap. Sony's getting all that crap now.
Yeah, and to me, the whole thing, you know, it's like, well, I won't say the name of the person, but they had a podcast, and you know, somebody, it wasn't he who said it. It was somebody in the thing, somebody in the chat or whatever, the comment section, I'm sorry, that said, let's hope that the enhanced mode offsets what Sony's content's going to be. And I'm like, no, you don't ever offset Star Wars content with anything. Whoever's got more content, the Star Wars fans are going to buy the content, you know, because all things are equal to those people. They don't care about the graphics as much as they care like you are. You compare, you like the content and the gameplay ability, and if all things are going to be pretty much equal, everybody needs to listen to what I'm saying, pretty much equal, you know, maybe a hint there, then the Star Wars fanatics, the collectors, they're going to default to content because they want more content, you know, than anything. To add to their collection, to make their collection worth more.
Yeah, like gameplay, story, and music are the three main things I look for in a game.
Yeah.
Like you can have like shitty gameplay, but if your story is good and your music is good, I'll play it. If you have amazing gameplay with a shitty story, but your music makes up for that, I'll play it. Now, if it doesn't have any of those three things, I won't play it. Graphics is never a deciding factor for me when it comes to a game. I'm not going to effectively ignore a game if it looks 2D side-scrolling pixelated SNES type graphics, or a game that looks top notch and people are like, oh my god, this is jizz-worthy. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, like graphics, I understand people prefer that. I get that because you know that's how we evolve in the industry as far as like you know generations go. That's fine. But it's something that I don't physically look at myself when it comes to buying a game. I'm not going to ignore that because if I did have that set of standards, then I would effectively ignore every other game out there except for ones that looked like top quality shit. Like I look at a game like say The Order, right? Yeah, it was short and sweet, or short and shit to most people, I should say. But that game, I have yet to see a game that looks better than that. Like even Horizon, I think Horizon doesn't even come close to touching The Order in my opinion. And yes, people out there have beaten Horizon. I plat that motherfucker, man. Relax. But I'm looking at it from that aspect. I look at The Order. I'm like, yo, that game, yeah, it was short, but like, which is fine. But I'm not talking about that. I'm looking from a graphical standpoint. That game to me, fucking, we got to take in consideration too. Is we got to look at the art style too. Horizon's art style is different to The Order. You know, Order's more dark and gritty. Horizon's more colorful. You know what I mean? So you can kind of, I guess it's kind of not really a fair comparison. I guess in a way, if you want to look at it from that aspect. But I get to see a game that better than The Order this generation so far. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, a game that I really enjoyed, you know, beginning of the gen was, you know, was Until Dawn. I thought it was underrated, and
Until Dawn was incredible.
It overperformed. And Sony even said, had they gotten more muscle behind it, it probably would have done better. But I thought,
hold on. I thought Until Dawn did exceptionally well. Because that was because
it overperformed.
I played that shit day one when it came out at midnight. And that was my first breakout moment on YouTube too, as well, when I broke like my own threshold for how many viewers. I think I had almost close to like 500,000. It was crazy. It was nuts.
Damn.
But the thing is, with a game like that, games like those attract me for one reason only, because to me, I look at games like Heavy Rain or games like Until Dawn as like that evolution of point and click adventure games in a way. Because they kind of are, if you think about it, right? Kind of like how Dynasty Warriors is like God of War games and Bayonetta are like the evolution of beat 'em ups. But the thing of it is, like, when you look at that game, right? Most people shat on that game, bro. Like when it was getting ready to come out, it's like, oh, this game's gonna suck, man. It's gonna be short. It's gonna have no replay value, whatever you want to call it. But yet, that was one of those games that like it fell under the radar. But then a lot of people looked at him like, you know what, this game is actually not that bad. When the price dropped on that game the first time around, so many people went out and bought it. And so many of those naysayers that were complaining about this game fell in love with that game when they finally played it. And it's like, yo, bro, see, that's what happens. You don't knock on a game, man.
Yeah, no, it overperformed. It did better than they expected. I know it was a big hit on college campuses. I mean, like I said, people would go to different people's dorms and they would play that game all night long, trying to, you know, because of the scares and what it had a lot of jump scares and things like that. It just, I was scared on some parts of it. I'm like, why am I scared? I'm sitting here in my living room, but I thought it was a cool game. I thought it's hard to recreate that atmosphere in game. I thought the first Resident Evil did it. This latest Resident Evil, which, as far as the ambiance and the way the game, that's
fans want. But that's not what I wanted for a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
But
I understand.
That's fine. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, so what are they saying about Crackdown? Now, let me ask you, do you think that it's more or less people feel that it feels like a 360 game? Gen game?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell, man. I mean, if it's cell shaded, I mean, you can literally say that game could have been developed for on the OG Xbox if you want to get down to nitty gritty, but no.
Right.
Most people are judging it based on the way it looks. They're calling it, this game looks like a 360 game. Why? Because it's cell shaded. The fuck? It's like you go and look at freaking Breath of the Wild. You can sit there and like, well, that game could have been done on the GameCube because they kind of did it on the GameCube with Wind Waker. So what the fuck is your fucking point? No, bro, they couldn't. No. But yeah, it's funny because like if you look at screenshots side by side, right, of like 1, 2, and 3, 3 looks ultimately better because there's more details into the mix of things and whatever the case, and be like, go look it up myself. Go look it up right now. You'll see what I'm talking about. And it's just like, bro, man, it's like, what the fuck do you want this game to look like, man? Like freaking real life? Like, well, yeah, bro, what about the like that way, like, fuck off, dude.
I think it was keeping it real that says something about I'm just paraphrasing here in the chat. He said something about it having a long development cycle and people possibly expecting
2014, 3 years.
Yeah, more. So then what they're seeing. I mean, if that's, he just said, he said it's way too long the way Microsoft should have had it from launch. They were working on Xbox X from 2014. No excuses.
Yeah, but I mean, for a game like Crackdown, man, like there could have been a lot of reasons. We don't know because we don't work for the industry. We only see what these developers will tell us. We can't. There could have been like complications behind the scenes. Microsoft could have been like, you know what, wait for the Xbox One X to drop. And they could have released that game like last year if they wanted to, but they probably decided to wait, man, fucking until the game was perfectly done. Because remember, there was supposed to be a beta for the multiplayer. That's not going to happen now. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there's definitely some shift, you know what I mean, over the last year to 2 years that happened with Crackdown, man. That's why we didn't see it all too much last year.
Yeah, really no beta. Then would that worry you if you were really planning on buying it? No beta to kind of see it?
No, because I'm not really a fan of Crackdown. I mean, I didn't really care for the first one. The second one was okay, but got boring way too fast, man. But it's not the point as to why I'm defending it, so to speak. It's because I'm looking at things like, why the fuck are you complaining about the graphic styles in the game, but yet don't say shit about games like fucking Borderlands, man, or Breath of the Wild? Like,
well,
what?
My favorite games is cell shaded. XCOM, the new XCOM that came out, XCOM 2, I guess is what they were calling it, or something like that.
Yeah, that game's cell shaded, right? Yeah.
That game looks good,
And we already look, guys, man, we already know that a realistic game, like 20 years from now, Battlefield 1 is going to look like hot garbage. It's not going to age well.
Facts.
It's not going to age well. Like, if you go back and you play the original Gears, not Gears Ultimate, but the original 360 version of Gears, man, it looks like ass.
Yeah.
Does not age well. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, it does look. And the original Halo, if you just want to go back further, because I played that. I had the Halo whatever collection on the Xbox.
Oh, God, yeah.
That was hot.
Combat Evolved looks fucking bad.
Yeah,
that game was really bad. Well. And it's weird because you would think that like that game, it doesn't really look all realistic. It's got a kind of like a little bit of a cartoony effect to it in a way.
Yeah.
That game did not age well at all. That engine that they used when Bungie made that game, like the game is so good, you know what I mean, gameplay wise. Graphically wise, though, it's like, eh.
Yeah.
But the thing, like for me, I can respect that though. Like you were to throw a game like any PS2 game, any PS1, SNES, Genesis game, I can actually put my mind in that mindset, man, of like when that game was out and actually respect it for what it tried to do and what it did for that time period.
Yeah. No, you're right. I agree. Yeah, to me, Halo did get I remember walking into the store and Halo did get my attention. Like, oh, so that's Halo. That's what everybody's talking. I remember saying it. That's what everybody's talking about. Okay.
That theme song got everybody hooked in Halo, man.
Yeah, good theme song. What do you think about the Spider-Man game? Insomniac saying that Spider-Man is going to be like 2 to 3 times bigger.
I want to see more. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, but I want to see how the swing mechanics are, like how fluent it is, going around Manhattan and shit like that. Because if it's not as fluent as what say Spider-Man 2 was on the PS2 and GameCube era, I'll wait for a price drop.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, we all knock wood, get more tomorrow of all of it.
I'll definitely be watching that just for that, because I want that game. I want that game to be like, because right now Spider-Man 2 is by far the best Spider-Man game that I've ever fucking played in my life. So if this one could trump that one, no point intended for your president, but if the new Insomniac one can easily outdo the fucking PS2 and the GameCube era one, dude, then I'm definitely gonna be buying it day one. But if not, it's gonna go in the bargain bin for me. No offense there, Insomniac, dude, but I'm trusting you guys, man. I hope you guys don't fuck that game up.
Yeah, what I saw at E3, as far as the way he was moving, he looked like Spider-Man, as far as the way he was moving.
Yeah, which is why I have a lot of faith in the game.
Yeah, we have to wait and see. I know the Spider-Man fans, they're excited about it. Like, people direct message me like, hey, when's that coming out? And can I get that on PC? And I'm like, no, not right now. Doesn't mean you want 3 to 5 years from now. But right now, that's slated to be a PlayStation exclusive game. So let me ask you this, Bear. Do you feel that PlayStation or Sony is being anti-consumer with their exclusives? Especially with a game like a Spider-Man, because that's what I've heard people say, that they've got so many exclusives and they're really targeting Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is the most popular superhero in the world. So do you feel that they're?
So hold on, let me get this straight. So you're basically, what you're saying to me is do I feel that Sony is being anti-consumer because of the amount of exclusive games they have? I can easily throw that same analogy at the PC world if I wanted to, man, because of how many exclusives they have. Then before somebody said, well, they're not AAA, motherfucker, stop fucking using that excuse, man. Oh God, that's so. You know what? I apologize. But anyways, no. Answer your question? No, it's not anti-consumer. There is a reason why, people, that consoles has exclusives. That is the attraction rate to buying that system. Because if that not be the case, then why the fuck is so many people bitching about the Xbox not having any exclusives to play?
Yeah.
Just to think, quick little thought on that one, man. So no, it's not anti-consumer. Anybody who sits there and says anti-consumer, buy the fucking console and shut the fuck up, period. That's all I'm going to say.
That's the way I feel about it. I mean, again, what are you going to say, that Forza 7 is anti-consumer? You can't play that on the PlayStation 4 or something like that. I know. It was a silly question. I just wanted to throw it at you, bro.
No, you're fine. No, I'm glad that you did, because you hear that a lot. But I've only been hearing that since like middle of last generation and all of this generation so far. Like, Sony's anti-consumer. How? Because I can't play Last of Us in my system. Well, then buy the system then. That's why exclusives exist.
Yeah, I talked to, shout out to Cal Berg, Gamers United. He's a big Xbox guy. And he said, look, what it came down to was, he said, this whole thing on the consoles was that people bought the Xbox thinking they were going to get games like a Horizon Zero Dawn or an Until Dawn or something. He said they were going to get games like that. That's why they bought the Xbox. And when it didn't happen, they got upset at Phil Spencer and and stuff like that. So it was funny.
Why would you want to have a similar? Here's the thing. Here's my issue with that statement. Why would you want to have a similar experience to Horizon on another platform? Why would you want to have a similar experience to Last of Us? Or why would you want a similar experience to any Sony exclusive game, for that matter? Why can't Microsoft have its own standout crowd pleasers, man? I don't understand. Like, what, will Sony ever have a game better than Halo? No. As far as a shooter game goes, they tried with Killzone. Killzone sucks dick. That franchise blows. It will never trump fucking Halo. No offense to anybody out there that likes Killzone. I'm just not a fan of it. So maybe that was harsh words. My bad, and I apologize for that. But the thing of it is,
Killzone 2 is actually not bad, but I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Killzone 2 is okay. But Shadowfall, no, Shadow Squares was terrible. But anyways, here's my point. My point is, man, is that you want to have a reason to want to own both systems. Now, I tell people all the time. People tell me this all the time. It's like, well, I can't afford all fucking 3 of them, Bear. I'm like, no, you can. You just don't have to get them all right away. Dude, I'm probably the pobbest fucking person like freaking on YouTube right now, and I can easily manage to get all 3 of them, no problem. Takes me a little time, but eventually I will. I managed to do it last generation. I do it every generation, man. What changed?
Yeah. I don't disagree. You could get probably more than likely when the Xbox X comes out or X1 comes out, you'll be able to get an Xbox or Xbox S for $220 probably with the game. With a game. Let me make that clear. So
now there was one more thing I want to add to that statement real quick, because I know there's going to be people in your comment section or in your chat eventually that are going to hear this and they're going to be like, what? Here's the thing. Now, if you have a certain preference on what games that you prefer, then yeah, that's different. That's different. But everyone has different tastes, different analogies, different feelings towards consoles, whatever you want to call it, which is kind of creepy if you think about it. But for me personally, man, I'm an every kind of gamer. I'll play anything. You know what I mean? If I can get my hands on it, I'll fucking play it, good or bad. Don't give a shit. Everybody in this community that knows me knows that already. But I'm throwing it out there because I want to give that example. But the thing of it is, I understand that people don't want to get an Xbox because there's certain games that they may not like Halo, they may not like whatever. That's fine. There's preferences for that reason. But when I tell people all the time, it's like it's not difficult to own all 3. You just got to play it out properly. Like I said, 360 was the first console I got last year because it was impossible to find the Wii at the time when I got it. Then I got the Wii eventually. Then I got the PS3, and I don't regret any of those things. Eventually, I got tired. My Xbox 360 died, but I enjoyed all 3 when I had all 3. I played all 3 equally when I had all 3. And then eventually, I got rid of my Wii. Eventually, my 360 broke, and then I just said fuck it. I stayed with the PS3 the rest of the generation.
Yeah, and I've told people like my Xbox X is in the kind of living room, but the or S, whatever that is, S. But the PlayStation is in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna always be in the. I mean, I'm switching everything out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be on Elite Dangerous. Hopefully, knock wood, God willing. Everything works out. Then again, I may be at the pool drinking Mai Tais and my mojitos. But more than likely, it's like Elite Dangerous. But yeah, I don't disagree with you. Just get them both. Somebody said if you want a Big Mac, you don't go to Burger King. Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, if you want to play,
Whopper, that puts freaking Big Mac to shame. Doesn't taste as good though, so that's something there. See, that's what you know. What? That's actually a pretty goddamn good analogy. Big Mac is like the PlayStation 4 because of how delicious it tastes with the Big Mac sauce. But yeah, if you want an Xbox, it's like buying a regular like a Whopper Junior, dry, bland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like doesn't really have a good flavor to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Every once in a while, you just get that craving. You want it. Yeah. That was a garbage analogy. I apologize for that. That was bad. But you get the idea.
Okay. Yeah, I get the idea. Yeah, I agree with you keeping it real. Yeah, I don't. I don't see why people just won't go and get both. I mean, it's just. It is what it is, but yeah.
I will say this though. I will say this about the Switch. When I do get the Switch, that motherfucker's going in my bathroom, right? That's for sure.
Yeah, they announced a Donkey Kong game. I'll buy it. I will buy it because that will give me Donkey Kong, a Mario, and a Zelda game, and that right there is enough for me. So did I watch the God of War movie gameplay form, the old God of Wars. You know what? I'll break it to you now, guys. I've never played a God of War game because it doesn't look like a hack and slash.
Not missing out on much.
Yeah.
I played 2 hours of God of War 3 and I wanted to puke. I was so bored. Yeah. I was so fucking bored.
Now, the new one that's coming out, I will buy that one because that looks like a combination of Witcher and The Last of Us. You dragging a kid around, So,
man, I'm telling you, man, there better be a fucking kid, freaking, I'm not going to say that on this channel. Fuck that.
Okay.
That kid better not be annoying. That's all I'm saying. That kid better not be annoying. That's all I'm saying. But this new direction, I like it though. This new direction, I like.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, I know people were worried about it because they changed the mythology and things like that. So So yeah, I'm getting excited now. I think we can officially say, okay, we're pretty much on the back half of July. We're, for me, D-23 kind of is the solstice of what everything's about that I like. I get my movie news, I get my comic news, gaming news. So I'm excited about this weekend. Everybody can hear it in my voice. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the Black Panther news. The screenshots look effing phenomenal, people. You all have got to go see these screenshots. And so I'm excited about that. But and apparently Orange County Register is reporting long lines and frustrated fans at D-23. Everything's balls to the wall. Merchandise is selling out. So, what's up, Mark Camacho? How you doing, bro? I saw you in there. But yeah, I mean, so Crackdown 3s, I guess, split the community. I just think at this point the Xbox community is so thirsty. They don't care about. I mean, to me, I've seen it. It looked okay. It's like, well, I understand you may not want to hang your hat on it, like keeping it real said, but you got to really understand the Forza 7 game. If you look at that game in 4K, when they deploy the 4K assets at E3, it looked never seen before. So I mean, I have no idea what the game plays like. It could play like ass, but and also Gran Turismo got a release date, I think, folks. So everybody that's interested in Gran Turismo, there's your racing game right there. Like I said, I'm gonna buy both those racing games, but the Forza 7 I'll have on the Xbox S, not Xbox One X. So it's just, to me, it's not worth it. So, but that's my opinion. I'm not dissing the system. Anybody wants to go out and drop, 5 stacks on it, be my guest. I'd rather buy a TV. So, but yeah, what else is going on with you, Bear? Got anything else, bro?
Not much, man. It's been dead. It's been dead quiet, man.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, outside from fucking people crying about the Xbox, dude, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty much basically about it. I mean, news right now is kind of corny because E3 is now done, and that usually what happens, resorting to fucking drama, and that's it. So yeah, I'm kind of keeping it to myself, man. I'm kind of keeping it to myself, taking a break from streaming and shit, dude, man. So I don't have to deal with that crap. And yeah, man. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I'll be back streaming tomorrow, though, God willing. So I can. I mean, I may, because something else. It's supposed to be like 92 degrees here tomorrow. That I may just be going to the pool, but more than likely, I've promised people I would start playing Elite Dangerous this weekend. So, I would. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. One game that I definitely seeing a lot of people sleep on, and I do agree with Garuda on this, is Fortnite. Fortnite is gonna be one of those friend party kind of games that you're definitely not gonna want to miss out on, because Fortnite looks very promising. Very promising.
Okay. Yeah, what was the other game? I saw some other game. Oh, it was open world. The guy had a sword on his back, and I can't find information anywhere. It's like it was right on the tip of my tongue. But hell, I can't.
Goddamn vomit.
It may have been it. It looked like a Witcher game, but it wasn't Witcher. So the guy coming into town, I can't remember if he was walking or he was on a horse or something like that. But hell, I can't remember it. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be broke in August anyway with that Hellblade and the Yakuza game, and friggin' Life is Strange, Madden. So it's gonna be a shit ton of games for the kids.
That's bad, man. I got fucking Lawbreakers and Hellblade coming out on the 8th, and the very next day I got to celebrate the 1-year anniversary for No Man's Sky. It's like, fuck me, man.
Lawbreakers. What do you think? Lawbreakers sells more than Hellblade, or what do you think?
No, I think Hellblade's definitely going to sell a lot more. Hellblade or Lawbreakers is not going to sell worth the hot garbage on any other platforms. If it does, I'll be surprised. I'll be really surprised if it does. Hellblade's going to do well, but I think a lot of people though are going to go into Hellblade thinking that it's going to be like this epic fighting kind of game, and they're going to be completely let down because they did not bother to go and find and watch all the actual developers, because that game's been through a lot of shit, because that game was announced years ago. And so that game took a drastic turn. It still plays the same, but combat is not a main focus anymore. It's more story driven, more experience driven. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the misconceptions that a lot of people are going to have with that game. So they go into that game thinking that it's going to be like this hardcore fighting game, you know what I mean, with like a story that's kind of sits in the back burner, but it's actually the complete reversal of that. Like, what the fuck is this, man? You know, they get really, really pissed off. They're gonna thrash it. They're gonna thrash it. I know they are, man. That's how gamers are like these days.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I can only speak for myself, and I'll follow that with the Uncharted, whatever 10-hour DLCs with. Yeah, I'll buy that, and then Madden. That's for me. I mean that right there. Then that follows with Destiny 2. If you buy Destiny 2, you know, so that's kind of a.
I'm waiting on a price drop on that one. I'm not paying $80 for that game. Fuck that.
Well, I can't blame anybody for not paying that kind of coin. You know, it's I mean, I hope the game.
Canada, that's the best way to say
does
it.
what the developer wants it to. So, Garuda Legends is saying that Hellblade has epic combat and the character can sit on his face all day.
That last statement is the way he worded it, but I do agree with him on that because that character or that chick that plays the main character, Senwa in that game, she's a cutie. She's a damn cutie, man.
Yeah. Well. There you go. Nobody can touch my wife, Aloy. So, you know, she well, she has red hair and she slays robotic dinosaurs. What more do you want out of a woman? You know, what can I say? So.
Well, yeah, I mean, Aloy and the combat in Horizon is the only good thing going for that game. So, but I still rather see more Horizon come out than Killzone. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, well, Horizon, shout out to Guerrilla Games. They won Studio of the Year, I think, something like that. So shout out to them for delivering that game out of nowhere from a studio that, like Bear saying, brought Killzone 4, which looked. I just ran around in a circle because I'm like, where am I supposed to go? You know. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's it, Bear. I was gonna wrap it up, brother. I agree with you.
That's cool, man. No problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another one of these tomorrow though when the news does drop out of D-23. And this is, you know, just for what should be coming out. We may get I wish I had some of that music loaded up, you know, that theme, that the old soap opera music. Well, Will Star Wars Battlefront 2 be what Jack Reacher told you, 4K native at 60, as all titles they said would be? Or will we be at a 4K dynamic resolution? There's a lot of people thinking it's going to go. But we'll have to wait and see. So there may be some people crying tomorrow night. So.
Sounds about it. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow, man.
All right, Bear, man. I appreciate it. And guys, look, I'm gonna bring the anytime, Barry. Open invitation for you, bro. You one stop, all you guys. Jump in anytime. Been the PorchLYTE podcast with Craig Harris and with Bear Hugger, who jumped in. Check out Bear Hugger's channel. He's doing everything from No Man's Sky to Elite Dangerous to everything on his channel. Yeah, you know, one man's junk to another man's treasure. So, but I appreciate you guys being here on the PorchLYTE. This is the second PorchLYTE podcast I've done. Again, it's going to be more movie related, and I'll throw in some gaming stuff too. This weekend, there's going to be a lot of gaming stuff because, like I said, Star Wars and friggin' Spider-Man, all that, Kingdom Hearts 3, the new Star Wars game. If you all didn't know about this, there's another Star Wars game in development that is supposed to be shown. So we have to wait and see, and I will check you guys out tomorrow. And
Later,
go out tonight. We're out tonight. We're white. Appreciate it. Bear Hugger, always a pleasure having you here, my brother. Always a pleasure.